Alright, in this video you will be learning how to solve equations with variables on both sides. You need to remember the same rule for solving equations generally, that whatever you do to one side of the equation, you do to the other side. And then before you solve equations, you have to simplify each side of the equations using distributive property to get rid of parentheses. Do it for the left side and do it for the right side also. It is only after you have simplified each side of the equations, then you think of combining like terms from each of the sides. Okay, let's get started. So for this, of course, I will write this by just rewrite it and by changing subtraction to adding its opposite. Okay, it's always helpful to do that because it helps you keep your signs in check. So again, we have not done anything. All we have done is just change this subtraction to adding its opposite. So now we are going to simplify the left side by getting rid of the parentheses using distributive property. Okay, so we do 3 times, let's use dot so we don't confuse x with, okay, 3 times g plus 3 times negative 3. Okay, so 3 times g is 3g plus 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. All right, at this time we look at 3g and negative 9. They are not like terms, so we cannot combine them anymore. So left side is in simplest form. Now we go on to the right side. We do the same thing, 2 times 6 plus 2 times negative 2g. Okay, so 2 times 6 is 12 plus 2 times negative g is negative 4g. All right, again, we look at this. We cannot add 12 to negative 4g because 12 does not have g in it. So they are not like terms. So both sides of the equations are simplified and the parentheses are gone. Once each side is simplified, then we think of combining like terms from one side to the other. So we're going to make all the terms that have the variable b on one side and then make all the terms that do not have the variable b on the other side. It doesn't matter which side they are, as long as you keep track of your signs. Okay, usually I would encourage you to take the smaller one, move it over to where the big one is. So like 3g, positive 3 is bigger than negative 4. So we're going to move negative 4. So we're going to add 4g to both sides. Okay, so again, this will just only help you not have a negative sign with your variables, that's all. But even if you take the big one, move it to small one, you will still get the same answer if you do your operation right. So this is 7g plus negative 9 equals 12. All right, so here negative 4g plus 4g is 0. So we know that, so that it's gone. And now we have g only on the left side. All right, so and negative 9, we cannot combine them. So we're going to move negative 9 to the right side by adding 9 to both sides. Again, we only add to the like terms. So we have 7g here. So this part becomes 0. And then we have 12 plus 9 give us 21. All right, so we are down to a very simple equation we can solve. To get g by itself, we divide both sides by 7. So 21 divided by 7. So g is equal to 3. All right, done. So we have solved for g. All right, step by step. Next, okay, here. The polygons have the same perimeter. What is the area of the right triangle? Okay, this is a multi-step problem. So first of all, we're going to set the perimeter, find the perimeter of the rectangle, find the perimeter of the triangle, set them equal to each other to find the x, and then we can calculate the area. Okay, let's go. So remember, perimeter is finding the distance around the figure. So for rectangle, since this side is 1/2 x, this side is going to be 1/2 x as well. Okay, because opposite sides of rectangle is the same. So once we do that, and then we can write out, let's call it perimeter 1. Perimeter 1 is going to be 1/2 x plus 1/2 x plus 7 plus 7. Okay, that gives us 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1x. So this 2 gives 1x. 7 plus 7 is 14. So perimeter 1 equals x plus 14. That's done. Let's find the perimeter for this one. It has 3 sides. Call it perimeter 2. Perimeter 2 is x plus x minus 4 plus 8. All right, collect like terms. So x plus x is 2x. And here, remember, we have to change this subtraction to adding its opposite. So we have negative 4 plus 8. That gives us positive 4. So we have plus 4. And also, this side is simplified. So perimeter 1 equals perimeter 2, because they told us that they have the same perimeter. So we take what we get here, put it for perimeter 1. So that x plus 14 equals, we take what we got here for perimeter 2, that's 2x plus 4. All right, so since both sides are simplified, all we need to do is just collect like terms. This one has 2x, 1x, so we can subtract x from this both sides, or add negative 1x to both sides. So that becomes 0. So here we have 14 equals 2 minus 1, x plus 4. And then, okay, now we have only number here, we have only x here, so we have to move 4. We can subtract 4 from both sides or add negative 4, either way would work. So here it gives us x, 10 equals x. Okay, now we have solved for x. We know what x is, because we need to find what x is before we can solve this problem. So if x is, this is x equals 10. So this side is 10. But we need to find the area of this right triangle. Okay, the right triangle. And so we are focusing on this one now. So we need to know the side, because we need the base and the height to find the area of triangle. So we need the base. So we substitute, since x is 10. So we do 10 minus 4, which is 6. So this side is 6, the base is 6 meters. So we write this. For the triangle, the base is 6, the height is 8. Because the base and the height makes a right angle, we don't need this side at all. We only need x to find this side. So the area of the triangle is 1/2 times base times height. So 1/2 times the base is 6 times the height is 8. Area equals 1/2 times, 6 times 8 is, your calculator, it's 48. And 1/2 of 48, I move this here, I have it. Okay. And 1/2 of 48 is 24. 24. So this is, I'll write it here. So area is 24. It's in meter, so it's in square meter. Remember, it's 2-dimension is area now. So already, very good problem. So it shows how we can use, when we don't know the side, use algebra to find the side, and then use it to even find the area of a figure. Okay, I hope you get this. Right, next one, I will encourage you to pause the video and try to solve it on your own first. Okay, they told us that a boat travels 2 hours downstream at this rate, and then per hour. And then on return trip, it travels 5 miles per hour slower. Okay, it's 5 miles slower, so that's -5. And it took 3 hours because it's slower. And going, it took 2 hours. Okay, what is the distance of the boat travels? All right. So, of course, we know the distance will be the same because it covers the same distance going and the same distance coming back. The only thing that changed was the time of coming back was more because the speed was less. So we said the formula for distance equals rate times time. Okay, start there, rate times time. So let's call this distance 1, distance uptown, and then this is distance 2. Okay, distance 2, the same thing, rate times time. So going up, the distance was, okay, the rate is r, so we keep the r there. The time is 2 hours too, so we replace t with 2. Okay, so d1 is 2 times r is 2r. We keep it there for now, and actually we can go ahead and do this here also, so we can have the d2 is r times t. Okay, distance coming back, return is what is it? The return, it travels, so it kept the same rate at the beginning -5. So it's going to be, the rate is going to be r -5 because it has 5 less than what it had before, and then times the time it took, which is 3 hours. So times 3. All right, so what we need to do now is solve the equation. Of course, I will change this to adding its opposite, and then we can distribute r times 3. Okay, we let 3 go over there. R times 3 plus -5 times 3. Okay, so d2, r times 3 is 3r plus -5 times 2 is -15. Okay, so we look at that, it is simplified. This one is simplified, so the two rates are the same. So we're going to set them each equal to each other and solve. Okay, so here, so we have d1. Okay, let's use a different color here. Okay, d1 equals d2 because the same distance. Okay, so d1 is 2r equals d2 is 3r plus -15. Okay, so now we collect like terms across. So here we have 3r, here we have 2r, so we can subtract 2r from both sides or add -2r. They're the same. So here we have 0 equals, so we have 1r plus -15. All right, we bring it up here. So we have 0. All right, 0 equals r plus -15. So we can add 15 to both sides. So 15 equals r. So r is 15. So that's the general rate, but that's not what we're asked to find. We're asked to find the distance. So now that we have found r, we can substitute it into this equation. Okay, we can use it to find what this is. So either one. So since the distance 1 is 2r, which is 2 times, so which is 2 times 15, which is 30 miles. Or if you want to use the distance 2, it's r minus 5 times 3, so which is r is 15, 15 minus 5, times 3, which is 10 times 3, which is 30. Okay, there. Hope you got that.